morning, everyone, and welcome to another meditation mini-series inside of the Peace Project. I trust you are well. So, we are here on day 4. So far in this 5-part series, we have looked at what meditation is. We've looked at why you might want to have a meditation practice and all the brilliant mental health and physical health benefits. Yesterday, Josie and I talked about the where and also the when, about when you might want to do your meditation practice and how you can do it anytime and anywhere. So today I thought I'd really get to the nuts and bolts of it and talk about how do we meditate. So just to put a caveat here, there are so many different types of meditation practice out there. So really, when we're talking about doing any kind of meditation, what I would highly recommend is you experiment so that you find a vehicle that works for you. And that's what a meditation practice is. It's a vehicle. We're all the different techniques that are out there are all trying to signpost to something that is indescribable. It's not tangible. We're talking about having a full experience of ourself. When we meditate, it's actually about letting go of the mind chatter. It's about letting go a little bit of our sense of our physical form and putting our focus and our attention on that, to discover who we are. And we are the aspect that out there that is aware that we have a mind, aware that we have a body. It's awareness. That is what we're looking to achieve in a meditation practice, because it's what underpins everything. So when we're choosing a technique, or when we're looking to find a way to kind of experience that inner state, and that inner state is one of absolute stillness, like no movement whatsoever. So if you think about our thoughts as a form of movement, if we're constantly focusing on what we're thinking, or if we're constantly focusing on what our body is doing, or what is happening in the environment around us, we're focusing on movement. But the invitation with meditation is to, by all means, you can be aware that those things exist, but to look for the constant that sits beyond all that. And the constant is stillness. The constant is silent. There's no sound. And the constant is very spacious. It's not restricted to a small form. It's infinite. And so any technique, any meditation technique is just merely a vehicle in order to get you to having a first-hand experience of who you really are, beyond your mind and beyond your body and beyond your outer life circumstances. So obviously there are lots of different techniques out there, like mindfulness, a very popular technique that's out there at the moment, and is doing a lot to help meditation get more into the forefront of people's awareness. And in mindfulness, things that you might do is you might be aware of the breath, or you might be aware of physical sensations, or you might do a body scan, or you might notice sounds. All perfectly valid approach if you realize that actually that single point focus, noticing on the sound, enables you to drop into a very calm and very relaxed space. Another way that you might choose to meditate, and Josie mentioned about this yesterday, is an open awareness, where you engage your peripheral vision. So you use your eyes to notice actually everything that your eyes are seeing. So you're not necessarily looking up or down or left or right. You're actually engaging your entire vision at once, which is really relaxing for your nervous system. When we're in fight or flight, we're very focused, and so we are hyper focused on something small. We're putting all our attention on something very small. When we're in a wide open awareness, same amount of attention, but it's spread over a much bigger area. And we're not in fight or flight when we've got a wide open awareness. So if you're listening to this whilst you're going for a walk, or you're sat in a room right now, you can just open up your awareness so you notice that you can sort of see everything, maybe to the left, everything to the right, the ceiling above, the floor below, and just hang out in that space, because that's really calming, that's really relaxing. In Reiki, we talk about the Gassho meditation, where we put our attention on the tips of our fingers, and we hold our hands. You can't see me very well, but I hold our hands as it's sort of like what we would consider to be a prayer position in front of the body, and you just, the attention point is the tips of your fingers. What all of these techniques do is give you just something small to focus on, so that you're not being sort of scatterbrained and going from like thing to thing to thing. It's training your attention muscle. And it's a bit like, the best description I've had is it's a bit like training a puppy to sit on a dot on the floor. Now, we all know what puppies are like. They're all get very curious and they go off and they want to sniff, and it's training it to come back and just to be in that one space. And every time you lose your attention, just to bring it back and to come back to your single point focus. So I thought I'd share a little technique with us all today. And it's a little universal technique that it transcends all different practices. But it's something that I would expect everyone to be able to do. And what I want you to play with, and you can do this with your eyes open, and I definitely encourage at some point today you also do it with your eyes shut, is I just want you to inwardly rest your attention upon yourself, just almost like you're looking sort of down and backwards with your eyes a bit, but just inwardly become aware. And I'm sort of pointing towards my heart space, because what I want you to put your focus on is the experience of love. Just putting your attention inwards into yourself and just experience love. Now, most of us would put that location in our chest area, because obviously love we associate with our heart. But here's the trick. So that's your focus point. But here's the trick. Here's what I'm not asking you to do. I'm not asking you to have a mental dialogue about what love is. I'm not asking you to catalogue it and say, oh, I feel love when, or love feels like this. What I'm asking you to do is to have a first-hand, in the moment experience of what does love feel like for you right here, right now. It's very simple. Now, interestingly enough, whenever we do something like this, it can stir things up. It can stir up emotions. It can stir up thoughts. It can stir up, jumping into a story about, a time that you didn't feel loved. This is all part of the healing process. When we actually rest into who we are, and I'm getting you to just sort of focus on one small aspect of who you are, and that small aspect today is love. But when we focus on who we are, all that extra thought, all that stuck emotion, all starts to rise up to be let go of. And this is really important, because a lot of people give up on meditation because it might feel a bit strange or feel a bit weird, or they find that they think that meditation is all about having no thoughts. And here they are doing the meditation practice and their mind is just really busy. Well, the thing is, when our mind is really busy like that, it's usually because it's detoxing. It's letting go of things you don't need anymore. We need to put our consciousness on ourselves in order to become whole, in order to heal, in order to let go of our stories and our beliefs and our habitual thoughts and our habitual patterns. So why don't we let's do 1 minute of this technique. Just close our eyes. You might want to take a couple of breaths just to fully just calm, relax, come into the moment. And then gently put your attention inwards and just connect into the experience of love. So you don't need to think about your ideas about love. I'm asking you to have a first-hand experience. Now, if you notice there's some kind of movement, there's some kind of emotion, or you've noticed a sensation, that's fine, let it go. Still just keep a very, very gentle attention and awareness on the experience of love. Don't judge it. You don't need to catalogue it or analyse it. You don't need to push any physical sensations away. You don't need to give yourself a pat on the back for doing really well. Just the very simple task of inwardly putting your attention on love. Letting your breathing just be relaxed and soft. No straining, no effort. If you find you've become distracted, you've wandered off into thinking about something else, or someone else, just gently bring yourself back and re-engage, just putting your attention inwardly on the experience of love. Okay, and gently open your eyes. How was that? I would love to know. Pop some comments in the comment box. Let me know how you've got on with that exercise today. What I really wanted to share about meditation today is not just a way to do that, and you can do that exercise as many times as you like. You can do it with your eyes open, you can do it with your eyes closed. But what I really wanted to share is that meditation is really simple. Really simple. Yes, there's some really complicated techniques out there, and some practices that they encourage you to sit in a particular way, but it doesn't have to be. At the end of the day, you are love. Your entire being is made of love. The universe is made of love. All I am doing is shifting your attention from worrying about the future and what's going to happen next, and maybe how you're going to pay your next paycheck, or how you're going to deal with the kids, or how you're going to fit everything you need to do into your day, or ruminating over the past, which is maybe you've had an argument with someone, or maybe you feel like something happened in the past that's causing you problems now. All I'm doing is taking your attention away from those things and just putting it back, resting it back into who you are. Really simple, really easy, and you can do it anytime, anywhere. And it's been wonderful to have you on the call today. I've really enjoyed sharing this technique with you. If you would love to know more about the meditations I teach, please get in touch, because there is so much to be explored. There's so much goodness out there. And sometimes all it is that we need to do is just to be taught a way to rediscover ourselves. So we let go of who we think we should be, and we rediscover who we are. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for part 5, the last piece of this meditation mini-series. Take care. See you soon.